At the age of 47, a biologist named Amy Adams suddenly started painting obsessively, and she quit her job as a scientist. And unfortunately, this turned out to be one of the first symptoms of a disorder she had called frontotemporal dementia, or FTD. This degenerative disease actually unleashed this torrent of obsessive creativity. And not just in her, it's happened to other people as well. In fact, it happens to about 10% of people who have FTD. And what scientists think is happening here is that as these people's left hemisphere sort of degenerates, it loses its ability to suppress the activity of your right hemisphere. And the right hemisphere is your visual spatial hemisphere, and your left hemisphere specializes in language. So Amy Adams lost the ability to talk, but she gained the ability to communicate through images. Another part of the brain that her left hemisphere was probably suppressing was her basal ganglia. And that probably is at least some of the reason for the obsessiveness behind her artistic production, where she would paint the same thing again and again and again, refining her vision over time. Amy became obsessed with the song Bolero by the composer Ravel, and she attempted to depict it visually, and this is what she came up with. Each of the vertical figures represents a bar of music, and the height of the triangles corresponds to the volume. The color represents the pitch of her favorite note within that bar. Interestingly, there's evidence that Ravel himself had frontotemporal dementia, and maybe that's what caused him to write Bolero in such a repetitive and obsessive way.